DROSOS to begin with means morning dew, I believe. It's a Greek name that was given by our founder. If you're familiar with philanthropic organizations, it's an endowment foundation, which means it was a single endowment 20 years ago. The person, our founder, she gave that endowment then, and we're basically spending the investments that we make. In Switzerland, there is roughly 15,000 foundations. So you can imagine how much money there is to be spent. Our annual budget currently is 30 million. We basically invest this in growing young people's potential in the region. Our teams are across 8 countries. We have offices in different countries in the region, and we work with local partners. So we are not an implementing foundation, but we basically provide the resources for grassroots organizations. The amazing part about this work is unlocking young people's potential. When you think about the countries where we work, is Morocco, Tunisia, Lebanon, Egypt, Jordan. We also have partners in Gaza, and you can imagine how that's going right now, in Switzerland and East Germany as well. So this is the scope we have. In terms of projects, what we do is, this is definitely something that you love in terms of arts and culture. The first element of our stream that we work is on future skills of young people. It can be in any different element, whether it could be through arts and culture, it can be through coming up with entrepreneurial ventures that they wouldn't really be learning in the school. When you look at, for instance, in Morocco, the education system is there, but most people send their kids to private schools because the quality of the education is not as high. So when you think about a dancing lesson or something that creative and young people want to do, there's no finances for it. That's where we come in and we support and grow organization to do that. The second part is one of the highest unemployment rate in the world is actually with young people in the MENA region, Middle East and North Africa. If you look at Jordan, a lot of young people are well educated, particularly women, but they're not entering the work market. Because of cultural norms, it's not very common for women to work in some of these societies. That's also something I find amazing in our culture. There is that stigma and inequality when it comes to girls to do certain things, but not when it comes to education. When I think back about my parents, they were always very focused on my education. So this is definitely something that I find amazing in our culture. I just came back from Upper Egypt, and if you've ever been to Cairo, Cairo is generally modern, but when you go to Upper Egypt at the border of Sudan, it's a different world. It's such a rural community. A lot of women I talk to, they're in our projects, it's the first time that they're working, which is quite inspirational to see. The third stream is basically social entrepreneurship. So we provide not only financial support, but also organizational development, something I've also become very passionate about over the years, how important the governance of organizations is, not only for large organizations like ours, but also for organizations that you have an idea, but you need a governance structure to be able to scale that business. That's also the kind of expertise support that we provide. This is DROSOS in a nutshell.